first Crip death that you know about?
Mo. Big Mo.
Tell us who Big Mo is.
Maurice Machon from 9-0. First Crip that I know to get killed.
And what year was this? Do you remember?
Mo got killed in like 74, 75.
75.
For the dime moves and the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole, for the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang, from Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you've been through, shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf, I know them killers you kin to. This for the lost generation, broke as hell, man.
A lot of, lifting weights, and I was on swole, they start calling me Big Miz.
Original stutter box. Eastside 5, who's Pebble on Bishop, Mill City Gangsta Bloods.
Kev Mac video, you know, this is for sure, Kev Mac video, open your soul.
This is from the beginning.
At the liquor store,
92nd and West. Yeah.
That was like 74.
Is
I
there,
thought it was like 73.
Rip used to, that's where Rip used to hang up
with the 9-0 with Brown and Cody
Carey,
Brown and Kerry
and
Brown.
Cody.
And Cody and all that.
We used to walk up.
That was like 73, 74, right? 75?
Maurice Machon.
Yeah, that's Mo. Mo, I say 1975.
So where was Mo from?
Mo from 9-0.
So 9-0 was established when you guys were coming.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about a possible 6-tray Hoover popping up in the hood.
Yeah, that was just Wayne, man. That was just like say, man.
Was that Bobby Priest?
No.
Wayne.
Wayne was from 8-tray.
Yeah. But like I say.
Well, excuse me, he wasn't 8. He was from Hoover. He was from 8-8.
Yeah.
You know this guy right here?
Who is that?
You look like, damn, that's me.
That's you, Slu?
Yeah, wow. How did you? You say you're a researcher. Yeah. Damn. Back at Crenshaw. Wow.
Oh, there was an article that came out. He went to Crenshaw with you. I asked you about him before, and he said he had started the hood.
Who?
Gerbert Wainwright.
Gilbert. Lil Nut.
There you go.
Lil Nut stayed on second down.
No.
Talking about Lil Nut, they used to be down.
This guy right here.
Gilbert Wainwright.
Yeah, that man, he ain't starting them. Yeah, that's crazy right there. No.
What's his position?
Man, he was just a nigga, man. He wasn't even relevant, man.
Okay.
He was who he was for a minute, but but see, look, check this out, man. It goes back to this here. A lot of people was resisting the brand, but now they want to stand with the brand. You know what I mean? They was the resistance, man. They wasn't claiming what we was claiming, man. They was looking at us like y'all was what they call it in the computer world, a startup. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But we knew we was gonna put it down like we put it down. So I ain't thinking about them. I hear all kind of look, man. I seen y'all interview like Q's them, all them, Nugget them talking about how the hood started. They have no clue.
And Odie came home from YA. I remember what happened. They decided to pull a coup on me. So they said, "Hey, Q's, man, Odie's home, and we want him to run the car." And I said, "Bullshit." And then, so Odie, I said, "What you saying, Odie?" Like that. And then Odie said, "Yeah, man." He said, "Come on, man." I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm a Magnificent 7 anyway. And then, so Odie took the car. So I stayed with those guys. Every day we'd be together still, but I wasn't the leader no more. And I was my feelings was hurt a little. And then Odie changed the name immediately to the N Hood. So I told Odie, don't change that name. I said, you can't say that name, Odie. And he said, why? I said, because Blue and them already got an N Hood up there in the hundreds. So they gonna think y'all together. And he said, no shit. And I said, yeah, you been in Hawaii, you don't even know what's going on. And then he said, all right. Then from the inhale only lasted like a month. And then Fred Hill came with 60. Fred Hill the one that named it the 60.
Fred Hill the one that shot me 6 times. Messed up a good shirt.
Fuck.
They have no clue of how 60 started. They don't know how or who started what.
First of all, Odie's older than all of us. Odie Shaw's older than all of us. Odell's older than all of us. Let's get that on the record.
We can't pull rank because of age.
No, this is what we're pulling rank. We not pulling rank on age. I'm telling you, these dudes came into Thug before we got Thug, and they was at a level before we got there. They had already been to camp in YA.
That's different from starting the gang, though.
They started the gang.
You know, I've been seeing all kind of contributes to this dude started, and they don't have a clue. You know what I mean?
So last time, between Odie Shaw and Babyface, who started Rollin 60s?
It's not even a mystery. Odie Shaw started the Rollin 60s, and Turtle, that was his name before he became Fred Hill. Fred Hill gave it the name.
Hey, Slu, you made a comment about when you guys first started, this was virgin territory back here. Who do you remember that lived back here back then?
Warlock didn't stay down here. Roller Mouth stayed up the hill over here. Cat stayed over
on 59.
59.
Start over and look at the camera because I could barely hear you.
Okay. Roller Mouth stayed over here. Stayed up the hill. Cat. Big Cat. Warlock.
Which Warlock? Because there's like 5 of them motherfuckers.
James Lacey.
James Lacey.
Yeah.
Pinky.
Pinky was over here.
Skull.
Andre.
Brown mouse, white mouse, black mouse, all the mouses from this area. Black Cat.
Black Cat was really down, like it was closer to
West Boulevard.
West Boulevard.
But
That's
to me,
back here.
It's the same thing, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to, man, what is his name? Light skinned and Gary. His name is Gary.
Gary Payton?
Yeah.
He's another Warlock. He goes by Warlock too.
He's a little but he's not the original Warlock.
You guys don't give it to Squally back here as far as bringing Crippin back this way? Squally Davis?
Yeah, Squally, you gotta give him that. Squally was more of a player back then, though.
But see, Mouse and them was already back here before Squally and them moved back here. Squally and them stayed on High Park.
Oh, you forgot Lil Cat, Mouse.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, original Lil Cat.
So was Mouse with you guys when you guys made that transition from neighborhood to Rollin 60s?
Yeah.
Was Mouse right there?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Mouse did more time than everybody, but Mouse was always a part of this. You know what I mean? Whether it was on the streets or in jail. You know what I mean?
I had one question, but you kind of answered it because everybody kind of said Face lived in Inglewood, and I was trying to figure out how did somebody that lived outside the hood start the hood. But you guys,
we moved to Inglewood.
Hey Mac,
Yeah.
I'm here with your guys. You got any questions? Because I'm about to wrap it up. I think I said as much as I can, unless you got something you want to throw in there. We got Slu and Stone.
Tell him to call. He want to do call.
They came from Missouri and landed on 10th Avenue.
6811.
Huh? The who? Yeah. I talked to him about the Bishops. Yeah, they said they used to go over there and have meetings with them niggas on the east side.
Okay. The only other question is if they have a relationship with what he turned good.
He denied it.
Okay, how about Barefoot Pookie? Used to be around?
He was around, but they didn't give him too much play.
Okay. All right, that's it.
So I asked about the station wagon, the Bishops, the crews at Crenshaw, and pretty much all that. So
Yeah, that's about our crew at Crenshaw.
all right, let me get on Stone real quick. He mentioned something. I'll talk to you.
So hit me up if you get out here today.
All right, he said to hit him up if you make it to Vegas.
Yeah, I'm going there tomorrow, man. I'm going to see that, man.
All right, I'm gonna hit you back, Mike. All right, Stone. What years were you at Crenshaw?
75 through 78.
And who was up at Crenshaw when you were there?
Like from the hood.
From the hood, other gangs,
Man,
whatever.
There's so many different people up there, man. You had, you had Dino them out of the jungles out there. You had all the Harlems out there. You had Skip them out the 20s. They came like a year after I was there for a second. You had, it was quite a few people out there. Cause even, like you had Lil Donald Ray them up there, Kenny them, all them was still going there.
So there was V&G's at Crenshaw when you were there?
Yeah, my 10th grade year, yeah. I've been all through. I mean, the Butchie them used to come up there. Man, Crenshaw was a motherfucker, man.
Wait a minute. How was the V&G's up there during that time?
Because they was going to school. That was damn near they hood. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we was getting there. You know what I'm saying? It took them forever to turn that school out.
By the time I got there, it was a no V&G zone.
Yeah, but I mean, but see, look, when we got there, we was kind of like the second wave that hit there. You know, cause like when Face them and all them, Slu them, they was that way before us. You know what I'm saying? When I got there in '75, it was still kind of like that was our school, but it wasn't really complete. The job wasn't complete. You know what I'm saying? So but we had like Hoovers, A-Trade. We had a lot of help too, though. You know, at that time, for us Crips dominated the school. But, we was specifically like saying this is our school because that's where most of us go. Everybody else that just came there, the Harlem there, the 40s, gonna tell their story about Crenshaw, you know what I'm saying, and all that. But, basically, Crips was still getting along up there. So, but like I said, the Inglewood family used to come up there.
Give us a roll call of homies that were at Crenshaw during your time.
10th grade, C-Dub, Herman Moncrief, Eric Hatcher, Boot Manuel, myself, Ronnie Pace, Mumpy them got there, Keita them, Money Muns, Stacy Bullocks. It's just too many names. The Cheatums. It was just like I would see like when me and Big Phenom hit that in 10th grade, we was kind of like 75. That was probably the second set of 60s to hit Crenshaw when we was established. You know what I mean? Because 74, 75, I was in the 9th grade. So I used to go up to Crenshaw with Big Rick, even though he went to Jackson. You know, so we used to go up there back then. So when it was 75, 76, when we hit there, we kind of like was probably the deepest because Cal and them, they was on their way out, but they had been there. You know what I'm saying? But when we got there, it was like we came with the gangbangers. You know, because I mean, a lot of us wore tailors and shoes and all that shit, but we really came with the gangbang, even though we had tailors and suits though. You know, because now we got a good year in of gangbanging Rollin 60s. You know what I mean? And then, like I say, you had like GT, Gangsta from Fire Deuce, them, all them. There was a lot of people there. And Manual Arts was still like a blood school. But then like my 10th grade year, we was getting there. Then the next year, you had Pie Face, Roddy them, all the Milk them, all them come. It was even deeper. Then the year after that, you got Whack them. See, my years at Crenshaw, we just started filling the fishbowl up. You know what I mean? And we jacked everything coming through there. You know, like the first year we got there, like I say, the Hoovers used to come up there jacking. Matter of fact, Tony Stacy, we would shoot dice. He'd come up there and he pulled pistols on everybody. And I go to step to him to say something to him. He put the pistol right there. The cylinder fell over. The bullets fall on the ground. I said, let me wait till he get to take care of his business. So he robbed the crap game. He go to turn. And I was like, Tony. He looked at me. He's like, what's up, homie? I said, yeah, I was just at your house yesterday. Me, Face, and Slu. He said, oh, you made Face? I was like, yeah. He gave everybody shit back. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't just let nobody walk off like that. But he was a real dude, though. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with Mind Creek jacking everything. And then, you know, like our whole situation back then is like when we in a crap game, we really finna show off because we using that not just to make money, but as a catalyst to put the hood down, to put work in. Because, you know, crap games, you get heated. And then now we finna push the line, and I'm in, and whoa, and we mashing. And so, and even when we used to go out of town and sell up, it's the same thing. We use crap games to start some shit to dominate whatever situation that is. And we've been had that mentality since Crenshaw. So you got Mind Creep, he walk around there with 19, and then, you know what I mean, you can't control him. But then when I come around and be like, Mind Creep, give him a break, then they'll come at me like the good guy, bad guy kind of situation.
They say Moncrief was like the Golden Gloves in prison.
Yeah, Consolidating. He was a champ. He was a champ.
What was his reputation on the streets before he went to prison?
Moncrief was a jacker, man. He was a bully. You know what I'm saying? You know, man, Moncrief almost got it up. You know,
who would
Big Rick, Moncrief almost got it up. Them two fights that didn't happen. But we sure wanted to see it happen, especially with him and Rick. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen in Rick's front yard. And then me and Moncrief got into it because we had jacked everybody at this YMCA. We took everybody leather coats. We was in there. We seen a bunch of sausages in there. So we said, look, let's get outside first. So we got outside first. We lined everybody up that came outside. You know what I mean? Took their leather coats. So we had, my brother and them had their car, so we put all the leather coats in the car, sent them to the hood. We kept it down. We was on Vernon. We kept it up Vernon. Got on the Crenshaw bus, jacked everything on the bus, walked down to the neighborhood. Now he don't want to give it up. It was a blue leather coat. He don't want to give it up. Now we gonna fight over this. We gonna give it. I'm gonna get this coat. You know what I'm saying? But we end up there squashing it. You know, back then niggas started drinking. Oh, I love you, homie, all that bullshit. And his sister kind of like played a role in that. But yeah, Herman was my guy.
Back then in the 70s, who were the top fighters from our neighborhood? Who had that squabble game back then?
Bolden.
Mark Bolden?
Mark Bolden.
Yeah, he was a karate.
But Mark was down in the heart.
Yeah.
Stratton.
Kenny Stratton.
Wayne Stratton. Wayne was a fighter.
See, them all the old dudes.
What about your generation, Stone?
My generation, I ain't never lost a fight, I'll put it like that. look, but we had C-Dub, we had Moncrief, we had Big Rick, Doe-Eye. All of us are squabblers. You know what I'm saying? You had the Springers, you know what I'm saying? All of us are squabblers. You know what I'm saying? And I put that on my mama, I ain't never lost a fight. But I'm going to tell you this, though. I'm going to keep it 100, though. Before C-Dub, like me and C-Dub had a fight, I got him. But then, when we got a little older, C-Dub had one of the coldest knockout punches in a while. I used to think to myself, can I still get him? You know what I'm saying? Because, man, when I came back, they was like, man, C-Dub knocking people out. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm thinking these days of motherfuckers. So the first day, we go to this little store. So dude talking shit behind the counter. Boom. And then sleep. Like, God damn, that nigga knocked that motherfucker out. One hit. So then we in the Coolie Cools one day, and dude over there talking shit, see them knock him out with one of these with a backhand. Boom, I'm like, okay, I see you, man. Then we are up the workshop. This all in a week. Then we at the workshop, we in there doing our shit. See, that was kid. They coming up, man, your homeboy out there fighting. So we go out there, we ready to get out. We see two niggas knocked out, and he telling the third, man, I knock you out. You know, I ain't gonna put dude on blast, but he was from another set. But he slept. So yeah, you didn't want to fuck with C-Dub from like 79, 80. You know, until he got weak for a sec. You know what I mean?
Back when you guys were at Crenshaw, how did you guys get back and forth from school?
Walk. Every now and then I might drive my brother's car. But see, that's what I'm saying about us. We walked a lot of places, and then and look, we had our flags. We flagged, so it wasn't no cakewalk built in the '60s, and we represented everywhere we went. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you might catch us in Taylor's and pimped out, but we walking, and everybody knew who we was, but we'd get them up. You know, and become the gunplay, that's one thing too, though. But basically, back then, it was getting them up. Gunplay came later on in the game, even though it was sporadic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So basically, when you're walking back and forth from school, you had to walk through the V&Gs. No issues?
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, we had issues sometimes. You know, like that's why I don't play football with Crenshaw. Because me and Fee, we on the football team, and we used to be tired as a motherfucker. And one day we but we used to say, whatever bus come first, that's the bus we gonna catch. Either the Crenshaw bus or the 54th Street bus. But we had one issue. We got off the bus on 54th one day, and Butchie and Samuel Goods, we see them all. They deep at the market on 54, right? So we on this side by the liquor store at the bus stop. We watching them like motherfuckers, but you know, it is what it is. So they spot us. So Butchie come over there, him and Samuel Good. So they like, where y'all from? We tell them where we was from. Butchie pulled a gun on Big Fee. It was like, what? And Samuel Good told me to give him my leather coat. I got on a Pendleton, but I've been playing football all this day. And I'm like, man, I'm not giving you my coat. You know what I'm saying? And Butchie like, whatever. So I'm like, I'm not going to hand it to you. So what I do, I laid it across my lap. I said, you get it yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do nothing, but I'm not going to give you my coat. I'm going to save some kind of...
At gunpoint.
Yeah, I'm going to save some kind of pride, right? So he doing like he snatched a coat, ran across the street. But Bushy them like they gave us a pad. They could have dumped on us, but it wasn't... See, back then, man, murder wasn't the first thing people thought about. It was more squabble than anything. I mean, all that shit came in, you know, when the gangster movies came, the crack game, all that. I mean, it wasn't like niggas wasn't trying to hit you, you know, but it wasn't prevalent like it is today. You know, because we respected the next man if he's down. Now, we was all wolves. Now, all the sheep gonna get fed on, and the way I see it, that's kind of like fucked up every hood. Especially when that dope game came out, because you had a lot of sheep in wolves' clothing pretending that they wolves, and we was pulling their pockets down before all that shit came about. So now they purchasing some real niggas, whether it was about them being on using drugs or just giving them some money that they wasn't getting. And then they hiding behind that shield. But the real wolves still treated you as a sheep though. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, a lot of that shit got fucked up. A lot of that shit got fucked up.
How long has Monk been right there?
Yeah, Monk been there forever. so you know, so it was kind of like a different situation. Cause like back then, man, you might be at a function like Good Fred on 54th and Western. You had people getting getting your finger waves from all over town. But all the wolves know wolves. You know what I mean?
You spoke on the V&Gs. Who are the big names coming out of the V&Gs back then?
Man, shit, Donald Ray, Butchie, what puppet now? Swig, Connie, there's a bunch of them. The Sullivans, you know what I mean? It was a
Jordan.
Yeah. But see, all them kind of like older than us. You know what I mean? But but them with the names, you know what I mean? And then even then, we had to walk straight down Van Ness to get to the 40s and to the 30s to go hang out. You know? But the V&Gs, they did their thing, you know?
Ricky Slu, what's the origin of your name? Where'd that name come from?
I'm Slewfoot. Believe it or not, I was going to be Big Rick. But that's the name I came up with. And when I was thinking of a name for myself, and I was like, no, you call yourself Ricky. No, call yourself Slu. You Slu. Let Big Ricky out of that, because Big it fit him. It fits him. Okay.
Stone. Keithstone. Where'd that name come from?
That's my family, man, in Texas. The Stone. See, like when I got kicked out the house at 6 weeks old, and I was a little baby, and they shipped me to Texas with my auntie. We got a big family of Stones out there, right? So my cousin, who's like my big brother, his name was John Stone. So everybody else, and all my uncles, they were Stone. So when I was a little kid, they used to tease, "What's your name?" I'm Keithstone. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to be a Stone, and that's been my nickname since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? So like when I came out here, I'm looking for a name. You know, I'm putting K6 for H60s, Sir Turbo, JV, all just trying all kind of shit. That shit didn't fit me. Fuck that. I'm gonna use my name. I'm Keithstone.
So I got to ask you this question. We got another homeboy who's named Keithstone. What's the story behind that?
Well, look, man. Me and him had that conversation. You know, he know he Lil Keithstone, but I never put him on like that. I respect him. I used to call him Green Eye Keithstone or Light Skin Keithstone, right? The first time I heard that name was I was up in the hills fucking with Big Cat. Maybe Cat gave him that name. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he later on told me himself the situation, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to speak on what, because he ain't here to tell the next person. I don't want to be going through that bullshit. But he already put me to the side like this. But the first time I heard that name, Big Cat had told me, this was like, I don't know what year it was, but so long, 70s, something. But anyway, but my name was a hot-ass name, a reputable name. There was a lot of people wanted to be Lil Keithstone. I wouldn't even let my brother claim Lil Keithstone because I wasn't into that. You know, I wasn't into half Stone, but then K-Stone, any Stone come out is particularly come from that name, from Keithstone. You can say what you want to say. I'm the original Stone out there. You know what I'm saying? And I was just a good dude, man. It didn't take no shit. It was with all that.
Hey, Mumpy. Just one question. I've been wanting to ask you this for a long time.
I'm doing something.
Huh?
Doing something.
All right.
I get you.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Mom? But the streets know who Stone is. You know what I mean? But Stone, he was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I used to fuck with his brother and everything.
Hold on, I need to switch batteries real quick.
Yeah.